Hey guys, Matt here. I recently saw the trailer for the new Green Lantern movie that will be coming out next year, and though I am excited, and though I am a fan of Green Lantern, as you can tell, Ryan Reynolds as Hal Jordan, I don't know. Until I see the movie, right now, to me, that's the biggest flaw of this film so far. Now, there are tons of people that I would think could do a better job as playing Hal Jordan, because to me, Ryan Reynolds, he can play Deadpool all day, sure, but not Hal Jordan. To me, his voice isn't deep enough. He's too much of a smartass. I mean, he'll get that part down, great, but as far as him being, a tough guy, a guy that I can take seriously, I don't think it'll be possible. People I would like to see play Hal Jordan is, if we want to go with the younger generation, Justin Hartley, who plays Green Arrow on Smallville. You could also get another cast member that was on Smallville, Jensen Ackles, who's now on Supernatural. I think he'd be pretty good. James Marsden, the guy that played Cyclops in the X-Men movies, I think he would do a good job. There are a couple older actors that I think could do it. A young Harrison Ford, I think, would be perfect, but we're not going to get that. A young Kurt Russell would work. A younger Dennis Quaid could work. I also think that Eric Bana and Christian Bale, I think they would do a good job at playing Hal Jordan, because they have the tough guy appeal. Ryan Reynolds, not so much. Also, I think Lyndon Ashby, the guy that played Johnny Cage in the first Mortal Kombat film, I think he could do a good job, even though he's older now. Him and Liev Schreiber, the guy that played Sabretooth in the latest X-Men Origins Wolverine film, I think he could do it too. Another thing about this movie that I, am judgmental on just by the trailer. Again, these thoughts and opinions come just from the trailer. This movie could turn out to be the best thing I've ever seen in my life. I don't know. But judging just from the trailer, this is what I have to say. It looks like they're trying to use possibly way too much CGI. I mean, the Green Lantern costume alone just isn't doing it for me. I mean, they could have used black and green leather for his outfit. They didn't need to make it, like a Christmas tree. They didn't make it so not realistic. I also think that the producers of this movie are trying to make this film really, really sci-fi. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, because Green Lantern does, the Green Lantern Corps and everything does take place in space and in different universes, but I just don't think that they need to make this movie so out there. Like, from the trailer, you have Sinestro, who looks cool, but, looks like he's made from CGI. You have Kilowog, who looks like he's nothing but CGI. Tomar-Ray in the trailer, he doesn't look that good. I mean, they need to use practical things in order to portray these things. Like, in Fantastic Four, yeah, I know, not everybody likes those movies, but the Thing, the makeup and the costume design was pretty good. So I'm asking myself, why don't they just do that with Kilowog? I mean, they could use a puppet and a costume and makeup to do Kilowog and be fine. That aside, another thing is that with this movie, I don't want this movie to be like the animated movie Green Lantern First Flight was. I don't want them to rush the story of Hal Jordan to the point where all we get is he gets the ring, we meet Sinestro for a bit, and then it's over. I don't want that. If you guys, Green Lantern fans out there, or comic book fans in general, if you haven't read this yet, Green Lantern Secret Origins, check it out. It's probably my best version of the Hal Jordan origin story that's been created. Now, I think that since I heard that Geoff Johns is associated with the movie. He's a really good Green Lantern writer. I think he'll, possibly give them the right direction to go in. I just hope they don't, I hope they don't make it like First Flight, where it's rushed. They didn't really explain what the ring could do all that much, how it couldn't work against yellow. They need to basically do everything that First Flight didn't do. I also think that with this movie, they need to take their time with this and pace it. I don't want Sinestro to become a bad guy in this movie. I don't want them to introduce too many other elements in the Green Lantern universe. Like, I don't want them to bring in, they can bring in John Stewart if they want. I don't want them to bring in Kyle Rayner, and I don't want them to introduce Parallax or Blackest Night. Nothing else. They need to make this movie for beginners, is how they need to do it. Now, I'm pretty sure they're going to make, a sequel to this movie, if not 2 sequels. So, in those movies, they can, make the break from movie 1 to movie 2. They can make as much time goes by as they want. I just don't want them to rush it and try to cram all these characters and all these elements of Green Lantern into this film. Now, another thing, this is the most important thing to me about this film, is I want them to portray Sinestro well. Mark Strong, who plays Sinestro, is a great actor. He was good in Kick-Ass, he was good in Rock'n'Rolla, he was great in Sherlock Holmes. However, him as Sinestro, I hope that Sinestro has a personality. And what I mean by that is, I hope Sinestro isn't just this brooding, deep-voiced Professor Snape, if you will, of the Green Lantern universe. I don't want him to, just look down at everybody and not talk and not get angry. I don't want him to just be having his nose up at everybody else. I want him to, if he doesn't like the Guardians, or if he doesn't like this, or if he wants to kill somebody, I want him to do it. I don't want him to be this small role in the movie to the point where it's a cameo. I don't want that. I want him to train Hal Jordan. Again, if you haven't read this, read this, because this is what I'm hoping the movie will be. I mean, this trailer, at least, has everything that's in this, character-wise, and everything that a Green Lantern fan, starting out especially, would want. Now, in this, however, I don't think in the movie that they'll go, they'll go in the same direction and they'll have the same events occur as to why Abin Sur crashed his ship on Earth. I think, like this comic book, I think they'll avert away from that, because if they do that, they'll do what I don't want, and they'll start introducing all these characters. We'll start talking about the Blackest Night. It's too early for that. It's too early for that. So, those are my thoughts so far. Like I said, this is just a trailer. It's the first trailer I've seen. The trailers, they're coming in the future, could make this movie look great. So, for right now, I'm on the fence. I want to like it, but I said the same thing about the first Hulk movie, and I'm not a big fan of that. So, until next time, guys, see ya.